Hi, I'm Eric Hewko. Thanks for visiting my webpage on brain injuries. You know, the brain is a remarkable organ. It's sometimes referred to as the muscle of thinking. The brain as an organ controls every other organ in the body and all bodily function. You know, in America, over 5 million people suffer brain injuries every year. And what I've found over the 30 years of my practice, representing dozens of brain-injured individuals and families, is that these injuries can be the most devastating, not only currently, but more importantly, for the rest of their lives. What we try to do here at the Hewko Firm is make sure your case is evaluated properly by the right experts. Put together a package that we present to the insurance company that makes sure you get full, just, and fair compensation, and help you through this very difficult time in practice. Now, what we found is that brain injuries really are divided into two types. The first type is called the penetrating injury. This involves where some type of object actually penetrates the protective skull surrounding the brain, causing direct injury to the brain itself. If this has happened to you or your family members, you know what I'm talking about. And you know that that required immediate medical care and hospitalization and probably surgical intervention. Those type of cases are going to require lifelong type of care and lifelong type of evaluation, and they're tragic. Now, the other type of brain injury we see is the non-penetrating brain injury. This is where the skull actually is not cracked or penetrated. The injury itself to the brain can be just as severe. Now, these you typically see in acceleration and rapid deceleration events. You see these a lot in car accidents, rollovers, trucks hitting people, pedestrians, other vehicles. Is where there's a rapid acceleration and deceleration of the brain within the skull. This often causes bleeding, also often requires surgical intervention to relieve the pressure in the brain caused by the bleeding. What you also see in these type of injuries is sometimes subtle. Often we have family members tell us that their loved one, their husband, their father, their mother, their wife, their children just seem different, and they can't put their finger on it. It could be as subtle as forgetting where your keys are, forgetting you had appointments, forgetting how to do simple tasks. These can be very frustrating for the person experiencing these symptoms and also their family members. If it's in one of our older populations in the 70s or 80s, a lot of times this can be mistaken or just written off as dementia or Alzheimer's. Well, quite often it's a brain injury. There's a special way to evaluate them, not only from a standpoint of MRIs and CTs, but there are certain types of studies and tests that can be done that diagnose brain injury. What we do is try to consult with not only your doctors to make sure you get the best care possible, but also in consultation with them, see if there's any other experts or evaluations that can be done to make sure you get the best care. We then put that information together into a booklet form. This booklet form is typically done by a specialized physician called a physiatrist. And they put together for us a life care plan. Now, what is that? A life care plan is where they've talked to your doctors, they figured out what your current bills have been, what your current care has been, and project that throughout your lifetime and put a dollar value to it. We also give that information to an economist who calculates the value of that entire package to make sure you and your family are taken care of. He'll also evaluate the lost wage not only in the past, but calculate how much you're going to lose over the course of your lifetime. So if you know of someone, if you or your family member has unfortunately been a victim of an accident that has caused a brain injury, it is important to get a qualified attorney right away. I've been handling cases for 30 years. I've had many, many brain injury cases. We've tried them to jury verdict. We've settled quite a few. In fact, most of the cases do settle, but the threat of going to a jury trial is how the insurance companies pay you and your family the most and best and just compensation. So if you find yourself in this situation, give us a call at 1-800-BIG-E-LAW. We're here to help you. Or if you'd like, just to the right of this screen is a free case evaluation form. Please fill it out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Below that is a free injury guide you can download. But the best way to handle it, the fastest way to get accurate and helpful information to get your life back in order, is to call me at 1-800-BIG-E-LAW. We're here to help get your life back to where it should have been, back to where it needs to be. Thank you for visiting the website. We look forward to talking to you right now.